tell you. I don't have the answers. But I know it's my job to get this team to figure out how to play together, how to support one another, how to play hard for one another, how to sell out for one another. And so I'm just going to keep working until they get to that point. But until they get to that point, we're going to have games like this over and over and over.
Questions in the room? Go ahead, man.
Well, I'll start with that, Coach. One thing is about the defensive side. They shot 57% from the field tonight. Talk about the word trust a lot with this team. Is that goes in the defensive side as well?
I mean, trust and application. I mean, I think tonight they're just simple things, simple principles that we work on. When the ball's on one side of the floor, everybody over. Split line, in the gaps, pressure on the basketball, right? Not letting easy entry post entries. That's a principle of ours, right? They set a cross screen, understanding post going under, guard bumping high. That's a principle of ours. And so it's just the application of things that we've put in, that we've taught throughout training camp, throughout the rest of the practices, that we're not able to execute right now. So again, my job is to get in the gym, figure out what we can do, and to try to get us to do that at a higher level than what we're doing now.
Go ahead.
Hi, Coach. It's Noel from 929 The Game. What was working tonight that you could build on?
We got to the free throw line. That worked well. That's what we did, especially after that first quarter where I thought they missed some opportunities to call fouls for us. But I thought our attack mentality, continue to attack. I thought we did a good job of that.
Go ahead, man.
Coach Neil Simone from Purpose to Be Heard. I want to ask you, what are some things that you guys are looking forward to working on as you guys get prepared for Sunday's game?
Yeah, we don't have time, to be honest with you. There's no time. I can't take them to the gym and pound them. Did you play 30-some minutes today? 32 minutes, 34 minutes for Leash, 31 for Haley, Nas 26, right? So we can't get in the gym. It's a mental thing. We got to try to find small incremental ways to get better. So hopefully they go back, they watch the film from tonight and see the areas where they could have been a little bit better.
Go ahead, man.
Yeah, this question is for Tina. My question for you is, I guess as the vet on the team, is there anything that you've put on your plate to potentially like help the team, or have you spoken out and saying, hey, this is what I see that might be able to help us?
Toughness. I think just going off of what T said, it's mental. And I've been fortunate with my experience. I've been fortunate having played 3 years with her in New York and being chewed out and where areas personally I could have been better collective as a team. The teams we've had been able to come in and lock in. You know, these players are still growing. You know, some of them like third, fourth year. You know, so it is mental. Some of us is more. It's the 10th season. So it is growth. For me personally, I just dwell on toughness and effort. You know, she shouldn't have to, no coach should have to, you know, coach your effort. So that's the main thing. You know, you're here, you're at this level, you're in the W, that should be coming along with who you are. And so we have to reflect that more. You know, she always speaks on, always about how we lose. You know, she could take losses, and that's how she was as a teammate. She could take L's, but it's how we're doing it, and how we're doing it, it's not fun. So we have to get back.
It just doesn't match who I am as an individual, like the way we lose. It's like you get your ass kicked. When you gonna punch back? When you gonna fight? When you gonna do something different than what you keep doing? You can keep getting your ass kicked the same way? It just doesn't match who I am. So.
And we're not, I think at times with teams that I've been on, you start taking on the identity of your coach. And this is not, we're not reflecting her identity. I know her personally, I know her as a teammate. And she brings it, and we have to do the same thing.
Go ahead, man.
Sorry. Coach, it seems like you took Cheyenne, she didn't play the second half. Was that a coach's decision, or was that injury? What was
I
it?
mean, you watched the game, right? What'd you think? You guys watched it, right? What'd you think?
We'll go to the next one. Go ahead, John.
Jonathan Simmons from Real Talk Sports. Obviously, it's always tough after a loss, but you seem to be pretty dominant in the paint tonight. What was the key for you?
Just that. I think I'd like to think that you all know that's how I've been my entire career, is to try to be as dominant as I can. It's not necessarily putting the ball in the basket. I just know I draw attention, and just finding teammates, opening things up. And Tanisha was just going to me tonight. But personally, that's just who I am. Is to always, that's my mentality. Is to always try to dominate the game at some point. If it's rebounds, if it's huddles, is just try to be as dominant as I can and help change the game.
Go ahead, Rashad.
Nas, I wanted to know what you're thinking right now during this kind of tough stretch of the season and everything like that, but obviously Ryan and the team and stuff like that. But what's going through your head?
Yeah, I always try to go the optimistic route. I think that we still have, we've had a lot of games, but we still have quite a bit of time to figure some things out, and I think that we can. I think that it's a buy-in from top to bottom that we have to get to. But I know that everybody sees the talent, but this year's not going to take. It's not going to take the talent. It's going to take the focus. It's going to take the energy, and that's what we have to show up as every single day, not just in games, but in practice. So as much as we feel bad, we can't feel sorry for ourselves. It's just a matter of fact, and this league is too tough to feel sorry for yourself, because as soon as you do, you're going to be at the bottom of the league, and that's not what we're looking towards. We're trying to climb back and just be a better team. Right now, we're not worried about the standings or anything like that. We're worried about ourselves. So just figuring out a way to be better every single day. And we have some more games to play. It's not the end of the season. We're taking some tough blows with injuries and people not being here, but who cares? Nobody cares about it. Nobody's gonna feel sorry for us. They're not gonna take off a possession and say, "I'm sorry, Ryan Howard's not here." We feel sorry for you. It's just not gonna happen, so we can't do it.
We're gonna go two more. We'll go to him, and then we'll finish with that.
This question's for either TC and Coach if you want to chime in. You guys talked about mental toughness, and of course with your experience of being in the league for well over 10 plus years and winning games, losing games, what would you say to get over that mental hump? Because I know, again, it comes from within, and losing, whatever the case may be, you learn to get through that. But as a team or just individually, what do you think you all need to do to get over that mental hump?
It starts with yourself as an individual. I think it starts with pride. VJ spoke about it after the game, just looking ourselves in the mirror, and just really think of how we can be better, how we can impact our team, what areas we can grow in personally. I think once we're able to be honest with ourselves and where we lack in, including myself, I think that's how we'll get better day by day, by just being real. I need to talk more, being a vet, I have to be more selfless. I have to buy in more. I have to be everything that Tanisha was for me. I want to say around the same age when we were in New York. So I know things I have to be better at. And I just hope everybody else does exact same thing and just looks at themselves in the mirror. Be real.
Finish with you, Ray.
I was going to ask that question, but I asked Coach this. Now that you're hearing the players talk like this, is this a step in the right direction, knowing that they're saying that they see themselves doing
Yeah, yes, of course. You have to admit, I think the worst lies allow you to tell to yourself, right? So you have to admit what's going on and what's wrong. But then you have to stop talking about it and then go out and do it. I think that's where we're at. It's not like we haven't had these talks already. Like, we've already had these discussions. We've already had these talks because we saw it happening early, right? Now it's just a matter of going out and doing it and being consistent at what you're doing. And that's our struggle, right? Our struggle is consistency. We'll have a game where it's like, all right, you guys see it, you feel it, this is what it looks like. It goes well, you guys have fun, you enjoyed it, and then we'll have a game where we don't do it, right? So it's about being consistent at doing those little things that we're asking, executing, and consistently being mentally tough, being able to fight through things when things aren't going well.
Thank you, everyone.